Have you ever felt your thoughts racing the instant you wake up, clouding your entire day before it even begins? The alarm buzzes. You tap snooze thinking just 5 more minutes, and suddenly 30 are gone. Your eyes barely open, you reach for your phone, mindlessly diving into updates, texts, and notifications. Then reality hits, you're behind schedule. You leap out of bed, overwhelmed before the day even starts, and your focus is scattered, pulled everywhere but inward. This is what a lack of inner discipline looks like. A core idea in Stoic wisdom: inner discipline isn't about becoming emotionless or rigid. It's the calm command over your thoughts, the ability to guide your emotions and not let habits or impulses drive your actions. A Stoic sharpens the mind, just like a fighter conditions their body. Every sunrise is a new challenge, and your biggest rival is your own inner resistance. But when you begin your morning centered and present, free from distraction, you shape the rhythm of your day, not just an output, but in a lasting inner calm. This video will guide you through 11 practical steps rooted in Stoic thinking to strength and your mental discipline. Each tip includes real-world examples to help you start using them right away. Follow along and observe how these lessons gently transform your mornings, starting with the very first one. Lesson number 1: begin in silence. Mornings are sacred, they hold unmatched power. Lesson no. 1: quietly start. It's not just the beginning of another day, it's the moment when your mind is most open to influencer. Right after waking, the line between dream and reality is still fading, your emotions haven't fully settled, and your thoughts start to roll in like waves at high tide. Without awareness, you'll be swept into the day's momentum before you even know it. That's why embracing early stillness is so powerful. Spending just 3 to 5 minutes in quiet, no screens, no conversations, no distractions, just sitting and being present in that stillness is like hitting reset on your inner world. Research shows that even a short window of morning silence can regulate your breath, moving your body out of the subtlest stress of disturbed sleep and into the parasympathetic nervous system, where rest and healing occur. It eases cortisol levels, soothes the brain and body, and allows you to face the day not on autopilot, but with clarity and calm. A founder in the tech industry revealed his daily ritual, one that helps him stay balanced before he checks his messages or turns on his computer. He sits in a quiet spot by his window, closes his eyes, breathes deeply, and lets the silences stretch for 5 minutes. He doesn't label it as mindfulness or follow any guided session. There's no poor timer, just a quiet reminder that he's alive and in control of how his day begins. Since adopting this habit, longer feels jacked by stress, sore surprises, he pauses before reacting, and that pause is proof of a mind trained with intention. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This isn't just poetic wisdom. It's a clear direction for how to live rather than searching for peace in the noisy chaos of headlines, opinions, and expectations. The Stoics mastered the art of turning inward to the only space they could truly shape. Morning stillness isn't about being spiritual or trendy. It's a method for mental alignment. It's how you take the wheel of your thoughts before the outside world pulls you in. It's choosing to act instead of react, and it builds the groundwork for a day led by intention, not impulse, just like the Stoics taught. Lesson number 2: identify the virtue of the day. Lesson number 2: identify the virtue of the day. Each morning when you open your eyes, the world around you may look the same, but you've been given a new decision. How will I show up today? In Stoic thought, external goals, status, wealth, approval are uncertain, they come and go. But virtue is entirely yours to develop. To a Stoic, virtue isn't decoration, it's direction. It's meant to be practical, a guide for decisions, large and small. And if you want to train your mind, begin by making virtue a part of your morning, like a tool beside your coffee. Ask yourself, what will my guiding trait be today in your mind? Patience, honesty, courage, or temperance? Just pick one and commit to it fully throughout the day. By doing this, you don't just understand the right path, you walk it. Even in the simplest moments, say patience is your chosen virtue that day. Every delay becomes a chance to grow. When you're caught in traffic, instead of letting anger rise, you remind yourself, this is my patience practice for today. You inhale deeply, exhale with intention, and watch your reactions. Instead of becoming numb, you're not controlled by the world around you. You're building strength where most people lose it, and that makes an ordinary day deeply meaningful. It's progress in real time toward your best self. Choosing your daily virtue also quiets the early chaos. So many people face in the morning without a focus. It's easy to drift through the day, reacting to everything, or worse, letting emotions steer you off course. But one simple focus, a single virtue, gives direction to your thoughts and actions. It becomes a mental anchor, holding you steady even when the world is loud, frustrating, or uncertain. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, captured this beautifully in his writings. Live as if today were the last day you were granted to live with reason. If it were your final day, what would you fill your mind with? Frustration, fear, resentment, or strength, stillness, truth, kindness, clarity, courage? The choice is always yours. And each morning you get to make it a new one. Virtue, one day at a time. Watch yourself in the quiet of night, pause and reflect. That's how a Stoic hones the mind, like a craftsman sharpens a blade, not in battle, but through the subtle, consistent efforts of daily life. And if you feel ready to take your discipline further, prepare for a mindset shift, a lesson that can transform how you approach every setback and reveal the hidden power behind someone who's truly in control of their thoughts. Lesson number 3, premeditatio. Lesson no. 3, premeditatio malorum. On the morning before a big event, you brew your coffee, power on your device, and suddenly your mind begins racing. What if the internet cuts out? What if someone challenges my ideas? What if I forget an important point? These thoughts aren't there to scare you. They're tools to sharpen awareness, because deep down you know everything will go smoothly, and being mentally prepared is what keeps you calm when it doesn't. That's the idea behind premeditatio malorum, less Stoic technique, meaning premeditation of adversity. It's about visualizing challenges before they happen, not to fear them, but to meet them with readiness. Stoics weren't driven by luck, they were grounded by preparation. They disciplined their minds like seasoned warriors. They trained with swords, not just for show, but so they were never caught off guard. Morning is the best time to apply the same mindset before the day begins. Take a quiet moment and ask yourself, what might go wrong today? Maybe it's heavy traffic, an upset client, a noisy neighbor, or a tight deadline. When you think through these in advance, you take away their shock value. Your mind calmly says, this could happen, and I'll stay centered. Psychologists call this mental rehearsal. It's widely used by elite performers, athletes. Visualize a setback, solve the time falling behind, losing focus, and they mentally practice how to recover that way. When it happens, their system stays calm under stress and they adjust quickly. The same works for us. This practice builds mental toughness. So we faced daily uncertainty without losing balance, even more powerfully. Premeditation malorum isn't just thinking about what could go wrong. It naturally leads to action. When you imagine your Wi-Fi failing during a key call, you're more likely to double-check your signal and prep a backup plan. When you expect a colleague to push back, you come in more prepared with data or clarity. It's mental discipline in action, and it's a scattered response from a calmness. This is how you train your mind to handle life with intention, not impulse, to lead the moment instead of being led by a test. This approach in your mornings over the next week. Each morning, before anything else, take 3 quiet minutes to picture how the day might challenge you, not to scare yourself, but to strengthen your mindset. The more you anticipate setbacks, the less power they have over you, and the more prepared you are to adapt calmly instead of reacting with stress. It's a small habit with a powerful outcome. Over time, you build resilience, not just for today, but for every day after this one. Lesson no. 4. Distinguish between what is controllable and what is not. Lesson number 4 is about learning to spot the difference between what's in your hands and what's completely out of them. Every morning, your mind is flooded with decisions, emotions, and distractions. You can choose to spend energy worrying about unknown, so you can anchor yourself in what you actually influence. That single decision determines how centered or scattered your entire day will feel. Stoicism teaches us to draw that boundary clearly, not to retreat, but to protect our limited mental energy and guide it with purpose. When you put your focus on what you can influence, your behavior, your mindset, your next step, you start acting with intent. When you obsess over things you can't control, like people's opinions, delays, or distant outcomes, your mind drifts into frustration and helplessness. The more often this happens, the more powerless you feel. Picture preparing for a big meeting. You can shape your message, rehearse your delivery, project confidence through posture, and prepare your slides to the best of your ability. What you can't control is how the crowd responds. Whether someone questions your idea, whether the weather turns sour, or the tech glitches during your pitch. If you allow your attention to fixate on these uncontrollable elements, you'll begin the day feeling uneasy instead of grounded. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Do your best with what you control, and accept the rest with grace." It's more than a quote. It's a guiding light for building mental freedom. Releasing what isn't yours to carry lifts the burden of fear, doubt, and false responsibility. Strengthening your focus and inner calm every morning. Ask yourself one thing: what's in my hands today? Maybe it's when you get out of bed, how kindly you speak, or how you carry yourself when stressed. As this becomes habit, you'll find outside chaos touches you less and your confidence rises, no longer ruled by circumstances. Try this for 7 days. Every morning, list 3 things you'll take ownership of, and 3 you'll consciously let go. You'll not only work better, you'll feel lighter and more in control. Have you ever felt drained over something you couldn't change? Share below. Your experience might help someone else reclaim their peace. Lesson number 5, act. Now, it's easy to fall into the mindset that the perfect lesson. No. 5, act now. Mind gets stuck in the same pattern. We delay until the mood feels right, until we're less tired or more inspired to begin. But for the Stoics, delay was a trap. They recognized that feelings come and go, but actions define who we are. Stoicism doesn't ask how you feel at sunrise, it asks what you will do about it. Action is the fire starter, motivation is the smoke. Marcus Aurelius once said, when you struggle to rise in the morning, remind yourself it's to fulfill your duty as a human being. This isn't a scolding, it's our reminder, a push to live. As we're meant with purpose and motion, we're not meant to wait for a perfect mood, but to act, and through action, find our strength. Getting started, dushing, or abandoning thoughtfulness. It's a signal of discipline, showing up despite uncertainty every morning, even when you feel off. If you simply get dressed, stretch your body, pour some water, and write a sentence, you've already claimed a victory against the force of delay. No need for perfection, no need for rituals, just begin quietly but with purpose. Even neuroscience agrees, the moment you act, your brain rewards you with dopamine, the chemical of movement and success. So motivation isn't the spark, it's their word of taking action. And if I repeat that every morning, your body learns, yes, this is when I move forward. No reason to hesitate. You make action your habit, and your mindset follows with strength. The Stoics didn't create their wisdom to admire it from a distance. They built it to live it, breathe it, and carry it in every move. When Epictetus said, decide who you want to be, and then do what needs to be done, he wasn't offering advice, he was setting his own standard. And if you're serious about building discipline into your life each morning, there's one habit that's non-negotiable. Take action. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for certainty. Just take the first step, because emotions are unpredictable, but movement is yours to control. And with that one decision, the entire course of your day transforms. Lesson number 6, memento mori. Lesson 6, memento mori. Nothing shakes us awake quite like realizing there may not be another morning. No more second chances, no more warm sun on your face, no more time to say later. Memento mori, remember, you must die is not grim. It's a Stoic call to clarity. It doesn't darken your view of life, it brightens it. It makes each sunrise a gift instead of a routine. Each time you rise, if you hold even a small awareness of mortality, you won't move through life half awake. You'll stop delaying the things that truly matter, making a call to a friend, jotting down your thoughts, stepping outside for a walk, or simply sitting quietly to reflect on your thoughts. When you realize today could be the last time you get to do these things, you'll approach them with full attention. No need to wait for motivation or the perfect moment. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, you could leave life right now, let that determine what you do and say and think. This is how the Stoics trained their minds not to fear death, but to live with greater purpose, because they kept it in mind. Imagine getting a call from someone you've been meaning to talk to, but keep putting it off in that moment when you feel like skipping it. Remind yourself, memento mori. And you'll find yourself picking up the phone not out of obligation, but out of appreciation. I'm thankful for the chance to connect, to express my care, and to be fully present. Using memento mori in the morning helps you break free from the mindless drift of your day. It pulls you back to what truly matters, cutting through the distractions that cloud your mind, procrastination, frustration, inactivity, wasting time on things that don't serve you. When you live as thought, a day could be your last. You stop wasting the first moments of your day, you start them with purpose. If you've made it this far, I'd like to take a moment to thank you. We're halfway through, and the fact that you're still here shows you're truly dedicating time to what matters, cultivating your inner strength and living with intention day by day. I truly appreciate your commitment to this journey. Now let's move forward with lesson number 7. If memento mori helps you awaken to life's impermanence, then amor fati will guide you to embrace everything that comes your way, both the challenges and the blessings, with intention and love. Don't miss this one. Lesson number 7, amor fati. Have you ever noticed how things tend to go wrong exactly when you need them to go right? One morning you rise, excited for the new day ahead, and suddenly the air conditioner breaks down. It's hot, you're short on time, and irritation starts to creep in, making you feel like your entire day is ruined by this small problem. But in that very moment, if you live by Stoic principles, you wouldn't ask, "Why me?" Instead, you would respond with, "Good, this is necessary." Amor fati, which translates to love of fate, is one of Stoicism's core teachings. It's not simply about accepting life's events. It's about learning to love them, whether they seem good or bad. Because with a disciplined mind, you realize that every experience, no matter how unwelcome, is part of the greater order of the universe. As a rational being, you have the ability to turn even adversity into fuel for personal growth. Instead of fighting against what happens, you work with it. So when the air conditioner breaks, you have a choice. You can choose to be angry, complain, and let that frustration color your entire day. Or you can step outside, let the heat push you forward, and turn it into an opportunity. You choose to walk a few laps around the neighborhood. You move your body, breathe deeply, and take in the morning light, things you might usually overlook for the sake of comfort. It didn't go your way, but you didn't let the situation control you. Instead, you controlled yourself. This is how you train your mind each morning, not by demanding the world adjust to your preferences, but by aligning your mind with the world as it is. Every small inconvenience, whether it's rain, traffic, or a canceled meeting, is a mini test for your mindset. If you pass, you strengthen your inner resilience. If you fail, you get another chance the very next day. Practicing amor fati every morning means preparing your mind to face any challenge. Instead of reacting passively, you adapt actively. Instead of asking, "Why me?" you smile and say, "It's me, and I am strong enough to make this useful." Mental discipline isn't about trying to control everything. It's about releasing control over what you cannot change and taking charge of how you respond. Amor fati is a crucial part of that journey. Every morning, remind yourself, whatever comes my way, I choose to embrace it and make it part of who I am. Lesson number 8. Train your body as you train your mind. A strong mind cannot thrive in a weakened body. No one understood this better than the Stoics. For them, training the mind was never separate from training the body. It's not just a supportive relationship, it's a unity. The body and the mind lift each other up, growing together. Every time you push yourself to wake up early, lace up your shoes, and start moving, you're sending a clear message. I am in control of myself. You can feel it, even in the simplest mornings. Just 15 minutes of jogging or 2 minutes of planking, and your body starts releasing endorphins, the happiness hormones that reduce stress and improve your mood. With each steady breath and every step on the road, you break free from the chaos in your mind and return to the present moment. This is the state the Stoics call being fully present in reason. What's amazing is that after a workout, you don't just feel physically refreshed. Your mind becomes clearer too. Small worries shrink and decision-making becomes easier. But the benefits go beyond just physical improvements. By committing to exercise, even for just a few minutes a day, you're building a core Stoic virtue: discipline. Working out is a form of resistance against laziness and procrastination, two of the biggest threats to a mind that aims to grow. Each drop of sweat proves you can do difficult things, not because you feel like it, but because you know it's the right thing to do. To train your mind every day, start by disciplining your body. You don't have to train like an athlete. Just get out of bed, stretch, take a deep breath, and begin with small movements. These are your personal good morning gestures, a greeting from someone living with intention. So, what about you? How are you training your body each morning? Share your routines or experiences in the comments below. You never know, what you share might inspire someone else to begin their own journey of discipline. Lesson number 9. Read and reflect on a Stoic quote. Every morning, before diving into the whirlwind of work and responsibilities, I dedicate exactly 3 minutes to reading a few lines from Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's not much, just 1 or 2 sentences. But then I pause, pick up a pen, and write down what those words make me think about. Some days I reflect on the brevity of time, other days it's about managing anger or staying calm amid chaos. The strange thing is that those words, which seem like ancient philosophy, end up becoming a source of strength for the rest of my day. That is the power of Stoic philosophy. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, or Epictetus aren't just theoretical. They are mental medicine. Short, profound sentences that can change your mindset, like adjusting the rudder of a ship to keep it from drifting off course. When your mind first wakes up, it's soft and impressionable. If you open your phone and start scrolling through bad news or social media, you're pouring fuel on the fire of anxiety. But if you start your day with a Stoic thought, something like, you have power over your mind, not outside events, you'll realize this and find strength for the day ahead. You're reminding yourself that you always have the power to choose how you respond to whatever happens. Reading a Stoic quote isn't just about reading, it's about reflecting. It invites you to pause and connect those words with your own life experience. For example, you might copy down a quote and then write a short note like, I tend to react too quickly when criticized. Today, I'll try pausing for 5 seconds before responding. That's when theory transforms into action, and your mind begins to shift. Modern psychology supports this approach. Studies show that morning journaling combined with self-reflection can reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance decision-making. When you view yourself through the lens of a powerful idea, it doesn't just clear your mind, it makes you feel like you're living with purpose. This small habit helps you build a steady psychological foundation, one where you're not easily swayed by impulsive emotions or external chaos. That's how you truly discipline your mind, not through pressure or rigid control, but through the clarity of calm, conscious thought. And every morning like that, you're not just reading a quote, you're reshaping how you see the world. Lesson number 10. Journaling. Before you write the next chapter of your day, pause to reread the last one. The Stoics didn't encourage living in the past, but they always emphasized learning from it. Journaling isn't just about writing words on paper. It's a practice in thinking clearly, clearing the mind, and most importantly, having an honest conversation with yourself. Stoics often begin and end each day by asking themselves 3 simple yet powerful questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? And how can I improve tomorrow? This isn't a test, it's a mirror. A mirror for the soul to reflect on yourself, not to judge, but to understand and grow. There's no supervisor, no grades, just you, your pen, and your honesty. You don't need to write a lot. 5 minutes is enough. Choose a fixed time, morning for setting direction or evening for reflection. When you write, don't dress up your words. Don't try to sound positive. Be real. Write as if you're talking to a wise teacher inside you, one who doesn't scold, only listens and helps you grow, little by little. At first it might feel awkward. What should I write? Why am I talking to myself? But after just a few days, you'll start to feel the difference. Journaling is a way to take ownership of your thoughts, recognize your emotions, and prevent yourself from being swept up in life's rush. It pulls you out of autopilot mode and teaches you to think more slowly and deeply. It encourages you to look inward instead of merely reacting outward. A successful entrepreneur once shared, "Writing in my journal each night not only helps me sleep better, but makes better decisions the next day, not because writing is some magical therapy, but because it helps you see clearly what's worth holding on to and what you're better off letting go." If you've never tried it, start today. A notebook, a pen, and 5 minutes of silence. Don't box yourself in with structure. You can write short, long, or messy. It doesn't matter, as long as it's honest. And if journaling is already a part of your routine, stay tuned for the next lesson, because what's coming is the key to turning discipline into your most powerful source of energy, gratitude and forgiveness. Lesson number 11. Practice gratitude and forgiveness. In every journey of training the mind, there is one habit that may seem gentle but holds the deepest power: the practice of gratitude and forgiveness. This is not a superficial emotional gesture. It's a way to cleanse your mind, keep the good, and release the burdens. True to the spirit of someone living by the philosophy of Stoicism, when you practice gratitude, you shift your focus away from lack, anxiety, and dissatisfaction to see what you already have. Not everything is perfect, but there is always something to be thankful for. It could be a roof over your head, a nourishing meal, a loved one by your side, or simply the fact that you're healthy enough to begin a new day. Gratitude calms the nervous system, lowers stress hormones like cortisol, and boosts the release of endorphins, the hormones of joy. You can't be grateful and angry at the same time. Gratitude helps you pause and realize that many things you take for granted are actually blessings. But alongside gratitude comes forgiveness, and that's the harder part. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone someone's wrongs, nor does it mean you forget. It's about releasing the emotional weight that someone else's actions may have placed on your heart. Holding on to grudges is like carrying a heavy burden. It saps your energy, clouds your thinking, and keeps you stuck in the past. When you forgive, you're not doing it for the other person, you're doing it for your own peace of mind. Together, gratitude and forgiveness work to clear the emotional clutter that weighs you down, leaving you with a lighter, more resilient mind, ready to face the challenges of each day. It means refusing to let the hurt continue to control your mind. When you hold on to anger and resentment, you lock yourself in the very emotions that caused you pain. Forgiveness is the act of the strong, the one who chooses to release emotional burdens. For a Stoic, the only thing you can truly control is your attitude and your response. So why choose to carry those wounds into a new day? Start your morning with one simple but powerful act. Write down 3 things you're grateful for today. It could be the presence of family, a healthy body, or the opportunity to learn something new. Say thank you, not just with words, but with your presence and the way you live. If there's still something unresolved with someone, a misunderstanding, an apology left unsaid, send a message, make a call, or if you're not ready, just write down what you wish to say and forgive them in your heart. You'll feel as if you've taken off a heavy backpack that's quietly been weighing on your shoulders all this time. Gratitude and forgiveness cost no time, no money, but they offer the greatest gift, a liberated mind and a lighter heart. It's the gift you should give yourself every morning to begin your day, not only with a clear mind, but with a soul at peace. Stoicism doesn't just teach you to be resilient, it teaches you to be free from within. Gratitude and forgiveness are the gateway to that freedom. We've just gone through 11 powerful steps to train your mind, and by practicing them daily, you're on your way to cultivating mental clarity, emotional strength, and a life that's led by purpose, not by external circumstances. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, a way to live with intention, to respond to life with grace, and to find peace no matter what comes your way. Each morning, begin with small actions like embracing silence, setting goals, and journaling. Then, move to deeper Stoic principles such as premeditatio malorum, the circle of control, and practicing gratitude. Each step serves as a building block, helping you create a strong, calm, and intentional mindset that aligns with the spirit of Stoicism. These practices, when combined, guide you toward mental clarity and resilience, empowering you to face life with a sense of purpose and inner peace. Now, it's your turn to take action. Try the 7-day challenge. Each morning, follow all 11 steps and observe how your emotions, productivity, and perspective on life begin to shift. Afterward, share your results in the comments below and let us know which lessons stood out to you the most. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss what's coming next. And hold on, don't click away just yet. Your next video is waiting in the corner. See you there.